Hey, we're back with another video. The dark secret at the heart of Jehovah Witnesses. I want to watch this. This look real good. I think we're gonna like this one. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash that like button. Let's hop right into it. Straightforward. Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. I'm interested.
In the silence, out of fear, the reputation has to come first. We are purposely isolated. We are not to have anything to do with the world.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna check carefully when I tell this story, but I'm gonna just tell a little bit so we can get right into the reaction. But I know a person that was in a Jehovah Witness cult, and like literally, their life was screwed up, and they ended up the cult ended up unaliving their mom and dad. It's crazy. It's a crazy story, but I'll tell more about it later. But.
So there are about 8 million Jehovah's Witnesses in the world today. They have a belief that we are living in the time of the end. Door-to-door activity is paramount, and that's what Jehovah's Witnesses are known for. I was a child, 5 years old, when my mother and father became Jehovah's Witnesses, so I really knew nothing else. It was inculcated in me that all the other religions were false. They were under Satan, the devil's influence. I took it very seriously. I became an elder. An elder is someone that has the responsibility to teach, to stand on the platform and give talks. I really didn't allow myself to even discuss or think, only if this is right. They are able to control how you think. And if you don't agree with their beliefs, you can get yourself into trouble. There is a cover-up of sexual abuse. I now know and can tell you with certainty that it is very, very prevalent. I was sexually abused by a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, man, dude. Oh.
I didn't do anything about that. To be honest, when it was first happening, I didn't know what was happening. When I was old enough to find out or know what was happening, I was then so embarrassed I didn't want to talk about it. I discovered then later that the person who abused me had gone on to abuse another member of my family. What was seriously catastrophic was finding out that my own daughter at 15 or 16 came forward to tell me about her abuse. That caused a great consternation within the congregation because the elder who abused my daughter was very popular.
Wow.
So you have people saying, no, he wouldn't do that. She must be lying. The youngster is seen as a troublemaker. Later, other people came forward, and that abuser of my daughter was taken to court with 4 victims and was found guilty. I can tell you that my daughter only wanted an apology. Because they didn't, she decided to take Jehovah's Witnesses to court, as did many other people. In most of those cases, Jehovah's Witnesses have settled out of court, but made the victims sign a disclaimer to say, we won't tell anyone.
I wonder if it happens in all Jehovah Witness factions, because this is somewhat similar to the story my friend went through. It's very similar, like abuse. But the cult end up unaliving his parents. I know that. I know that's the part of the story that was crazy. I actually think it made the news too. I think it made the news.
I'm not saying that all Jehovah's Witnesses are child abusers or are bad. Obviously that's not the case. However, Jehovah's Witnesses have never really said we have a problem. They have what we call a 2-witness rule. And it is the Bible that says that before a matter can be proved, you need 2 witnesses. In a case of child sexual abuse or any sexual abuse, it's going to be very difficult to get 2 witnesses. We had an adult female that was raped by an elder, and it was the same elder that abused my daughter. The congregation elders said, oh, that's a shame. One's an adult and one's a child. we can't say that that's two witnesses. There's a very common phrase within Jehovah's Witnesses that we have to watch our behaviour, that it doesn't bring reproach on Jehovah's name. So they maintain this silence out of fear. And so the reputation has to come first.
Ready to lose
This is
the hat
crazy.
and regrow the hair? With Choose by Hymns, you can regain your hair.
We are purposely isolated. To be disfellowshipped is to be officially thrown out of the organization.
But I wonder, like, how does this happen in Catholic congregations too? And what's the other dude? The dude, what are they called? Mormons. Yeah, like I've had Mormons come to our door plenty of times. I've been dying to go to a Mormon church and just see, but like they're just weird. I wonder if this happens all across the board with all of these places. It's crazy.
It's an announcement that's made where the person's name is read out and they are told that Mr. XXX is no longer a Jehovah's Witness. That's a signal that the congregation had nothing to do with that person. I have two daughters that are disfellowshipped. So as a dad, I wanted to help them. But as a Jehovah's Witness, I wasn't to have anything to do with them. And so for about 10 years, my wife and I shunned our daughters. I got myself in trouble many times because I did try to help my daughters. And on those occasions I would be visited by other elders telling me off. I was being controlled. My thinking was being controlled. This is what God wants. When my daughters did something wrong, I went and reported them because that's what you're supposed to do.
Damn, man. Like, think like all the psychological stuff that happens to you in that moment. Like, you just like, that's your family. But in your mind, you like, nope, God want me this way. You could use the Bible for so much. You could use the Bible for so much manipulation.
My own demise in the faith, I suppose, came when at one of those meetings, when I was being seen by two senior elders, one of them said to me, give up your daughters and stay an elder. And I had the most unusual experience where I was up in the corner of the room looking down on the three of us. And I now know that that's extreme stress. It's like an escape mechanism. But at the time I didn't know what was happening. And then I came to and realised, this is ridiculous. I can't do this anymore. So politely, I just said, I'm really sorry, I'm finished, you won't be seeing me anymore. I felt this whoosh of emotion and stress just leaving me. And I remember jumping and punching the air and thinking, my goodness, I'm free. I went home and told my wife, who remained a good Jehovah's Witness for another 10 years, and I supported her until she too came to a realization that something was very, very wrong. And I realized I had been misled all those years. I didn't get an education, I didn't go to college, I didn't go to university. I would have liked, for instance, to have joined the police force. I couldn't do that because you had to say an allegiance oath to the Queen. We regret, and I regret, that for 50 years I was controlled. But we don't blame my mum and dad. We know that they were in a cult. We were in a cult. My daughters were coming up in a cult. Thank goodness they got out. We enjoy things like Christmas, birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Halloween, bonfire night. You name it, things that you cannot do as a Jehovah's Witness. Life is good.
That's crazy. I was gonna read, but I'm like, nah. Like I just want to hear his story because yeah, man, that's crazy. Like I've had like the friend of mine, like basically like it was kind of the same kind of thing, but like his was even worse. Like they were like he believed that the Jehovah's Witness was actually connected to something that had to do with the devil. Like because they said at a certain point there were pentagrams, all kind of stuff like that, but they were claiming to be Jehovah's Witnesses. And yeah, he said eventually, like they unalived his mom and dad. And I know the people that did it got arrested, but it was because they were so brainwashed by the cult that the moment they stepped away and tried to get away, they said, nah, you ain't going nowhere. Unalive his mom and dad. That's deep, man. Hey, man, we're going to do some more of these Vice reactions. I like these reactions, man, because they're real good. The stories that people have. The only thing about it is the mask. Like, you can't hear nothing when he's talking about it. That's all you hear. And it's like, come on, man. I want to hear what's going on. Because that was good, man. You know it's good when you locked in and you ain't even saying nothing. You know it's good. But anyways, though. All right, y'all. Peace.